Students, so we were discussing about Max Beerbohm. All right, so, this is our final essay. So yes, we will. Yes, we have already discussed about the life and biography of Max Beerbohm, and we have discussed and we have seen some of the caricatures made by Max Beerbohm. All right. So yes, we will directly head it towards. Okay, this was really nice. Okay, we will directly head it towards the essay. Okay, so this essay speed. Okay, the name of the essay is speed. Okay, we do not get any direct notation about that what this essay is all about. Okay, because the title of the essay did not describe much. All right, it does not provide us any idea that what this essay might be of. Okay, we do not have that kind of indication. Okay, that what might be author was talking about, what must be the thought, or the uh, what thought author have on the subject matter. All right, so by speed we mean that okay, speed is simply speed. All right, so yes, so author basically start his essay with this famous poem. It was a poem which was written by William Ernest Henley. All right, so this poem, so let's discuss this poem. In the eye of the Lord, by the will of the Lord, out of the infinite bounty dissembled. Okay, so yes, so the poem it just start like this. In the eye of Lord. Okay, so eye, what is eye? Eye, the basic function of eye is to see. Okay, to see the things before us. So yes, the Lord is watching. Okay, you can see, you can just imagine it like this, that Lord, by Lord we means God. Okay, so God, he is watching us. Okay, so there is so yes, by Lord we means God. So it is basically that God is watching us. Okay, so it is the God. He has provided a concern, and it is the will of the God. And by the will of the God, in the eye of the God, that means in the presence of the God, and by the will of the God, by God had given his consent about it. Okay, out of the infinite bounty dissembled, out of the infinite. Okay, out of this infinite. ओके ये इनफाइनाइट, देखो इनफाइनाइट स्काई को कहा जाता है कि उसकी कोई लिमिट्स नहीं है. गेटिंग इट? सो इनफाइनाइट है वो. बाउंटी डिसेंबल्ड. ओके, बाउंटी. अब देखो बाउंटी जो होता है, बाउंटी इज समथिंग यू कैन से, अगर वैसे टर्म में हम देखें तो बाउंटी क्या होती है? एक तरीके का आप कह सकते हैं लिबर्टी देना. ओके, इट इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ रिवार्ड. ओके, रिवार्ड, इसके एक ही वर्ड के कई सारे मीनिंग्स होते हैं. ओके, जेनरॉसिटी भी आप एक तरीके से बोल सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो आउट ऑफ दिस इनफाइनाइट बाउंटी डिसेंबल्ड इज ignoring something or giving disregard to something. Okay, since time began in the hand of the Lord, speed. So yes, they are talking about speed. So this poem, this poem is basically, it is narrating the aspects of speed. Getting it? Speed जो है, speed का मतलब क्या होता है? गति. ओके, स्पीड आप देखते हैं ना, आप जब ट्रैवल करते हैं तो आपकी जो कार होती है, बस में या फिर आप नॉर्मल किसी भी व्हीकल में आप जब चल रहे होते हैं तो जो उसकी स्पीड होती है, तो उस स्पीड की यहाँ पे बात हो रही है. ओके, सो यस, सो वो कहते हैं कि आउट ऑफ इनफाइनाइट बाउंटी डिसेंबल सडनली अ रिवॉर्ड it dissembled. Okay, since the time begun in the hand of the Lord, the speed. Okay, the speed was provided to us. Okay, God has seen it, God has given consent over it, and it was a sort of reward, which was generosity of the God, that the reward was there was some reward. Okay, which was ignored by us. Okay, there was some reward given by us to from the God. Okay, there was some reward which was provided by God to us, and we have ignored it. But since the time begun, since the time passes in the hand of Lord, धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे time बीतता गया, we realize this bounty, getting it, this reward, this liberty the God has provided us. And what is that liberty? That is speed. Okay, speed as a chattel. Okay, the chattel, this word is modern English word, sorry, old English word. Okay, this word. Okay, so yes, chattel means slave. Okay, so speed, there are the author here, the poet here, he's describing the various dimension, how speed can be useful to us, or how a human use speed. Speed can be served as a chattel. Okay, so we can make speed our slave, speed in our daily account and economy, one with your wines and your books and your bath. Speed. Okay, so there are various you can say um, usages of speed. Okay, speed can be served as a chattel. Okay, one can treat speed as a slave, getting it. That speed is in our own hand, speed in our daily account and economy. Okay, with your wines, in your stories and your books and your bath, in speed, everywhere there is speed. Speed as a rapture. Rapture is basically what? Rapture is pleasure, happiness, or the excitement. Okay, speed can be speed can be utilized as a source of rapture, source of pleasure. It can become an integral मतलब होता है necessary, whole of it, the whole element, the both as a necessary element in the new scheme of life, which the good God, the good Lord, the Master, okay, he's basically telling about the God who has created us, okay, according to poet. Okay, these are the views of poet. Okay, so yes, in the new scheme of Lord, which is the good Lord, the Master will tell you should frame in the light of his heart, light of his love and his great, his ungrudging, his reasoned benevolence, speed. Getting it? So yes, speed can be treated as the source of pleasure. Okay, for many people speed is treated as pleasure. Okay, and it become a necessary element. Okay, necessary part of your life, in the scheme of life. Okay, which has been provided us, by the great Lord, the God himself, that that you should frame, human should frame this in the light of his love. Okay, and in his great and his undergrudging. Okay, undergrudging is basically what it is, that okay, so it is basically that there is a lack of hatred. Okay, that there is a lack of envy. Okay, that you are not jealous of things. Okay, envy, there is no envy. Okay, that he is not jealous of anything, or there is no hatred, okay, for anybody. He is great, and his reason, it is benevolence. Benevolence is that you are very pitiful, you're merciful. Okay, he is that merciful God. Getting it? So yes, basically the speed, it is a utility which has been provided to us by the great God, the creator of this universe. All right, so yes, it's like we haven't realized it. Okay, but since the time passes, with the passage of time, we realize the thing which the God has provided us, it has given us this great source of liberty, great source of pleasure. All right, which can become an integral element in the new scheme of life. Okay, so this is some great poem. It is a great poem by you can write it down, by William Ernest Henley. All right, so it is this poem, it is written by him. Okay, he has included in it in this poem. All right, so yes, he was actually very famous in 1890s. Okay, but he slowly, people started forgetting him. Anyways, so he was a great poet at the time of 1890s. Okay, so this was the poem from which the author start his essay, with which author start his essay. So yes, he said, these words, ladies and gentlemen, are not mine. Okay, so these words, they are not mine, they are the words of a man. Okay, they have mentioned it actually here, William Ernest Henley. You can see it here. He has written this poem. Okay, he was a poet and critic and editor of the Scott Observer. Okay, the great inspirer of youth. Okay, so yes, he said that these words which I have provided in this essay, in the beginning of my essay, they are not mine words. Okay, but they are the words of a man who was more remarkable, more famous, more significant than I. Okay, and who this man was, or who this poet was, so yes, he was William Ernest Henley. Okay, so he was a poet, a critic. He was the editor of the Scott Observer, and he was a great inspirer of youth. Okay, the time he was famous, at this time, that time when he was famous, he was the great inspirer, a great influencer of youth. Okay, he was very famous. Okay, so yes, so the youth, it was very, he has a great influence over youth. So, but he said the light of his fame is dim now. But he said that the light of his fame, it is dim now. Okay, so he's not that much of famous nowadays. Okay, he's not that famous. He's not, you know, his fame is basically, he's not that much famous nowadays. But it shone fearlessly in the 1890s and after. Okay, so yes, he was, but although he is not famous now, but he was once in 1890s, as I have already told you. Okay, that his fame, it shone fearlessly in 1890s. He had the head of Vikings. Okay, Viking is basically the barbarian tribes. Okay, this was the period of, it was the period of beginning of British literature, whenever the British history started. Okay, when the island of Britain, it was not in existence. Okay, so Vikings are this barbarian tribe. All right. So yes, so by when he said that he has the head of a Viking, that means he has the barbarous spirit in it. Okay, a torso of a Viking. Okay, the clothing of the Viking. So yes, so he had that spirit of, he has that nature, he has that behavior of a Viking. But you getting it? They were very fierce, very brave, and they were like fighters. Whenever they go, they just smash that area into pieces. Okay, they were such a great fighters. All right, so yes, but from his early manhood, he has crippled by ill health. Okay, he said that he is a head of Vikings. Okay, he was very brave. He was a fighter, but धीरे धीरे क्या होने लगा, he had been crippled by ill health. तो फिर वो क्या होने लगा कि because of some diseases, because of his ill health, he was crippled in so much that he could only walk with the help of crutches. ठीक है, सिर्फ क्रैचेस की हेल्प से. ठीक है, क्रैचेस क्या होता है, जो बैसाखी होती है ना, जब जो क्रिपल्ड हो जाता है तो वो लोग किसी चीज़ का सहारा लेके ही चलते हैं, तो दैट इज क्रैचेस. ओके, he should have gone ever swinging over hills and dale to stimulate his vitality. All right, so yes, okay. लेकिन क्या हुआ कि उसका जो हेड था, इट वाज ऑफ Vikings. He was such a, you can say, fearless person. Okay, he was such a free person. He loved liberty, freedom, and all those things. But because of his ill health, he has lost his good health, and eventually he was crippled. Getting it? So he can only walk with the help of crutches. But according to the writer, if he hasn't been ill, he should have gone ever swinging. Okay, swinging means ki swinging, flying over hills and dales and valleys to satiate his vitality. Okay, satiate, देखो satiate क्या होता है? Satiate is to satisfy, all right, to satisfy all those carvings, whatever he wanted. Okay, so yeah, if he was not crippled, okay, he would have gone flying over. Okay, this is you can say a kind of imaginary used by essays here, that he was such a great person, he was so his spirit was so liberated that if he was not crippled, he would have gone over, you know, flying over hills and dales to satisfy, to satiate his vitality. Okay, all his wishes, he would have satisfy all his wishes, and he would fly over to hills and dales. Literally he is not flying, but it flying here means he would have fulfilled his all his wishes, whatever he want to do in his life, he would have fulfilled it. All right. Okay, so let's see next slide. In the very early years of the century, in the very early days of motoring, okay, so देखो, the essay is all about speed, getting it. अब वो speed किस तरीके से यूज़ होती है वो हमें धीरे धीरे आगे ऐसे में पता चलेगा. अब देखो वो यहाँ पे देखो एक तरीके का डायरेक्ट मेंशन है, गेटिंग इट, द पर्सन ही वांट टू यू नो लिबरेट हिमसेल्फ, लेकिन वो क्या है, ऑब्स्टिकल उसके रास्ते में आ गए बिकॉज ऑफ हिज इल हेल्थ. Getting it, he was such a fearless person, he was such full of liberty and freedom, he loved all that. Okay, he wanted to do everything, each and everything in his life, but due to his ill health, his speed was blocked. Getting it? So the importance of speed has been generated, or has been described in this essay. Okay, it is basically describing the importance of speed, you can say. Okay, anyway, what this essay meant, we will read it in the essay. Okay, in the very early century, in very early years of this century, in the very early days of motoring, motor is basically they used to call cars motors. Getting it? Getting this thing right? Motors means car. They are talking about cars here. Okay, so yes, young Mr. Alfred Helmsworth, who was one of his great admirer, took him out for a long drive into the country. At last, Henley went swinging over hills and dale. Getting it? So yes, we have studied that, all right. He was a great influencer of the youths. Okay. So what happened, this motoring, okay, nowadays the things are very common, right? Everybody has car or a sort of vehicle to travel with, but just imagine the days when there is no usage of cars, like cars and all these things. They are a sort of you can say surprise for everybody, that how these things might have worked. Okay, so yes, in those times there was some young Mr. Alfred Helmsworth who has done what? He was one of his great admirer. He took him out for a long drive into the country, and finally he went flying over hills and dale. Getting it? Swing. So yes, then the Mercedes was for him a glorious revolution and apocalypse. Okay, so this Mercedes is basically a brand of car. I think you all know it, Mercedes. ठीक है, तो this Mercedes, it serve as a glorious revelation. Okay, revelation. The word is taken from reveal. It is to display or discourse something. Okay, and it is an apocalypse. Okay, this is the end of everything. Getting it? This is everything. This is end. Nothing is beyond that. It is everything. This is the end of everything. Okay, so yes, because see, he cannot walk. Okay, वो खुद चल नहीं सकता है. all right. He cannot walk but he want to travel everywhere. Okay, वो हर चीज़ देखना चाहता है but because of his ill health his legs got crippled. getting it? तो एक ऐसे इंसान के लिए जो मर्सिडीज है ये तो एक ब्लेसिंग की तरह है. getting it? It is everything. ये जो कार जो गिफ्ट है बिकॉज इट इज़ दिस कार फ्रॉम विच ही कैन ट्रेवल एवरीवेयर, ही कैन डू एवरीथिंग वट एवर ही वॉन्ट टू डू. getting it? So this is a blessing for him. So yes, it was everything for him. His muse vibrantly responded and he wrote the fine poem of which I have read to you the opening line. His muse. See basically muse is the Greek goddess of poetry. Okay, so his muse vibrantly responded means that his inside of a poet. Okay, he was a great poet. So that great poet, after that beautiful traveling or beautiful flying, okay, not literally flying, okay, he was metaphorically flying. Okay, he finally, when he was able to do whatever he want to do, he was very influenced, very happy, and he has composed the beautiful poem which we have already read it. So now you can understand, right, what why he said it, that speed, it was the gift of Lord, gift of God given to us. Okay, only those can understand it who cannot utilize it, you can say, in a way that एक ऐसा इंसान शायद इस चीज़ की किसी भी चीज़ की अहमियत ज़्यादा समझ सकता है जिसके पास वो चीज़ नहीं होती है. गेटिंग इट? सो येस, बिकॉज ही कैन नॉट वॉक, he finally realized that speed is a thing. Okay, because his legs are crippled, because of his crippled leg he cannot walk. So yes, that's why he had written this famous poem, this great poem, that speed is everything. Speed can be a source of pleasure. Speed can be your slave. Okay, so speed, everything, it is speed. Okay, depend on speed. All right. So in those days, even a quite forensic and quite agile person seated in a motor car. Okay, getting it? Motoring, motor. They do not used to refer it directly car, but they used to say it motor car. Getting it? Something which run on motor car. Okay, so yes, in those days, even a quite porosic and quite agile person. Okay, so porosic is basically a person who lack imagination, who's not a poet. All right, a quite agile person. If he is seated in a motor car, he felt something, that fine frenzy which filled Henley's breast. Car were not the things they are now. Getting it? So it was the time of 1800s. You can imagine it कि कार ऐसे random नहीं था, right? हर किसी के पास कार है, no. So तुम लोगों ने भी शायद वो टाइम देखा है या नहीं देखा कि जब फ़ोन्स नहीं हुआ करते थे हर किसी के पास, या फिर हर किसी के घर में टीवी नहीं होता था. अगर टीवी होता भी था तो ब्लैक एंड वाइट टीवी होता था, कलर्ड नहीं होता था. और कई लोगों के पास क्या नहीं, ये जो डिश होते हैं आजकल, ठीक है, वो नहीं होता था. DD1 का ज़माना था. तो गेटिंग इट? तो इट वॉज दैट टाइम. सो ये तो इस टाइम से भी बहुत पहले की 1800s. अभी तो हम 2000s की बात कर रहे हैं, ये 1800s की बात है. ओके, तो कार जो थी वो उसकी इम्पोर्टेंस या सिग्निफिकेंस वैसा नहीं था जैसा अब है. गेटिंग इट? तो इट इज़ समथिंग जो हर किसी के पास नहीं है. तो ही इज़ लाइक कार पे बैठना ये कुछ इस तरीके की फीलिंग देता था जैसे कि जो एक बिल्कुल ही अनइमेजिनेबल, जिसके पास कोई इमेजिनेशन नहीं है, कोई इस तरीके का. ही इज़ नॉट अ पोएट एंड थिंग्स, ही कैन राइट गुड पोइट्री. Okay, it is that kind of feeling related or associated with cars at that time. It is something huge. Okay, it's like something godly. Getting it? कि बिकॉज सोचो ना, उस टाइम पे ज़माना इस तरीके का था कि चीज़ें ईजिली अवेलेबल नहीं थी सबको, इतना रैंडम नहीं था, टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी यू कैन से डेवलप नहीं हुई थी. जब सबसे पहला जो टेलीफोन बना था तो पीपल फाइंड इट रियली वियर्ड दैट हाउ अ पर्सन ही पर्सन जो है एक छोटे से फ़ोन के अंदर कैसे चला गया, दे डू नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट. Okay, so they went in frenzy. Okay, what the hell is this? Okay, so yes, so cars, they were not the thing that they were now. You did not have to creep into them and crouch in them and squirm out of them. They were wide open to the element. Window screen were unknown. In a fine dry weather, as you sped along the roads at what seemed then a terrific pace, the air rushed into your lungs with utmost violence, making a new man out of you. Okay, so yes, so ये क्या है that yes, कि कार्स जो थी वो अभी की तरह नहीं थी. ओके, ऐसा नहीं कि यू जस्ट हैव टू क्रीप इनटू इट एंड क्रॉच इन देम एंड देन स्क्विम आउट ऑफ देम. ओके, दे वर वाइड ओपन to the elements, and windscreen, they were unknown. So in a fine dry weather, as you sped along the roads at what seemed then a terrific pace. Okay, so yes, you can just imagine a society when the car is okay, people are walking. Okay, there is no medium of transport. Suddenly cars swam in. Okay, and you तुम क्या कर रहे हो, स्पीड पे जा रहे हो ऐसी जगह वो जो क्या है ड्राई वेदर है एंड यूर स्पेड. ओके, स्पीड में तुम जा रहे हो लॉन्ग द रोड एंड यू थिंक वुड बी अ टेरिफिक, यू के दैट जर्नी वुड बी अ टेरिफिक जर्नी. Okay, because till now you're walking on your foot and suddenly some machine has been developed in which you have sit and you travel that distance, that long distance in you can say 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Getting it? So it's like it's next level experience for them, for the people. So yes, he very amusingly he said that whenever, so yes, he said that whenever you come out of that जर्नी whenever, तो जैसे ही तुम उस जर्नी को या उस कार की वो जो जर्नी उसको कंप्लीट करके बाहर आते हो तो यू आर अ न्यू मैन. गेटिंग इट? यू आर अ न्यू मैन ऑफ यू. तुम एक कुछ अलग ही इंसान बन जाते हो बिकॉज यू बिकम अ बेटर मैन ऑफ यू. Getting it? So it is this craze related to the inventions. Getting it? Just realize this thing. जब सबसे पहला टेलीस्कोप ढूंढा गया, मतलब जब बना होगा और उस टेलीस्कोप से लोगों ने स्काई में देखा होगा रात को, और उनको क्या दिखा होगा कि जो स्टार्स हैं वो कैसे राउंड शेप के हैं. कभी तुम देखना, अगर बाइनोकुलर्स होगा तुम्हारे पास तो तुम देखना तुम्हें क्या दिखेगा, जो स्टार्स हैं सब क्या हैं, प्लैनेट तो हैं, स्टार्स थोड़ी हैं. Getting it? To just imagine that thing, that how surprised men would have जब नॉलेज नहीं थी. गेटिंग इट? तो ये सारा वो वाला टाइम था. तो इट इज़, यू कैन से काइंड ऑफ रियली great feeling that was associated when you do a journey in car at that time. So yes, so you become a new man of you and you become a better man. Okay, so yes. So yes, where will we? Okay, so as not to be blinded with dust, you wore large goggles over your eyes. Okay, they this is their first experience. Okay, कहीं ये ना हो कि जो dust है वो हमारी आंखों में गिर गई. You wore large goggles over your eye, but dust entered into your ears and nostrils and into the very pore of your skin. Okay, you getting it? They were like this wide. There were no windows at that time. The cars were opened. They were open cars, and whenever you travel it, the dust it enters your eyes or your nostrils or your nose or into the very pores of your skin. Okay, so this is kind of funny that you become a new man. Getting it? You're just overloaded with all those dust and okay, so yes, you become a new man, and all the while you were moving not forward merely. Okay, and ये सब हो रहा है और तुम क्या कर रहे हो, तुम आगे चल रहे हो, forward. You are not going forward but you are moving. The machine was such that you are constantly bobbing up and down and oscillating from side to side. Your body was taking an immense amount of wholesome experience, in so much that the ride was over and you had gone and vigorously shampooed the dust away from you. You felt that you were now sorry, even newer and still better man. Getting it? This is what I was saying, that this new man, he's full of dust. Okay. So yes, so वो कहता है कि ये जो एक्सपीरियंस है, ठीक है, ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा एक्सकलेटिंग एक्सपीरियंस है. ओके, आप एक नेक्स्ट टेंशन में पहुंच जाते हो, नेक्स्ट दुनिया में ही पहुंच जाते हो. बिकॉज इन्वेंशन देखो नई नई हुई है. सडनली वही मैंने कहा, सडनली व्हेन यू रियलाइज़ कि आज तक जिस चीज़ को आप सोचते थे कि मे बी दे आर गॉड और समथिंग. ओके, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट सन को माना जाता था ना कि दे आर गॉड, बट सडनली यू रियलाइज कि सन तो एक स्टार है. ओके, दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ सन, दैट सन इज फिक्स्ड, इट इज़ वी हु आर मूविंग. गेटिंग इट? अर्थ रिवॉल्व करती है सन के राउंड, नॉट सन तो फिक्स्ड है अपनी जगह. तो सन का सेट नहीं होता, रादर वी, इट इज़ वी. ओके, सो यस, तो सडनली अगर इस तरीके की इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको अचानक मिल जाए तो कैसा हो. ओके, कुछ न्यू इन्वेंशन होगा, लाइक कुछ ऐसी चीज़ इन्वेंट हो जाए जिसके बारे में आपको पता ही ना हो, तो यू विल बी लाइक वेरी सरप्राइज्ड. Okay, this is some godly feeling, like okay, we have become god. Okay, we have control over all these things. Getting it? So yes, this is not act of god, but it is rather some of the things that we know. Okay, this is some chemical compounds and all those things. Okay, so yes, this infinite battle between god and science, okay, it will continue, but at the same time ये जो scientific temper है ये हमारे अंदर होना चाहिए. Alright, so yes, तो यही चीज़ यहाँ पे आप थोड़ा सा इमेजिन करके देखिए कि राइटर सेड दैट सडनली दिस मशीन, okay, this machine, it is continuously bobbing up and down and escalating you side to side and you become a new man. Okay, वो डस्ट है, ये सब आपकी नॉस्ट्रल्स में जा रही है, और ठीक है, वो 1 किलोमीटर की जो जर्नी है, आज जैसे चलने में आपको कम से कम आधा घंटा या 1 घंटा लगता है, उस जर्नी को वो सिर्फ 5 मिनट में या 10 मिनट में कंप्लीट कर दे. यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड एंड इट इज़ लाइक मैजिक. गेटिंग इट? ये मैजिक जैसा लगेगा. तो दैट्स वाई ही इज़ लाइक कि जो इमेजिनेशन से या फिर सम पर्सन हु इज़ नॉट, यू कैन से पोरिसिक, ओके, ही इज़ लैकिंग एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ इमेजिनेशन और क्रिएटिविटी, वो भी अचानक क्रिएटिव हो जाता है, बिकॉज दिस इज़ सो मैजिकल जर्नी. इट इज़ सच अ मैजिकल जर्नी. गेटिंग इट? सो येस, वी विल डू इट till here only today. Okay, after that tomorrow lecture we will do the essay after this. Okay, so all right.